Hi there, my name's Nicola. So today I'm going to take you through a 45-minute vinyasa practice. This practice is a level 1 to 2, so it's not really appropriate for complete beginners. But if you have some yoga experience, then you'll be absolutely fine. Today for your practice, you will need a yoga block or something similar. Today I'm going to use a big fat book. A lot of my things are currently in storage because I'm going through a little house change, so I don't have any of my bricks and my blocks with me. So if you're in a similar position and you just don't have those bits of equipment, then do not worry, a big chunky book will be perfect. As always, this is a practice, so if anything that I offer today doesn't work for your body, or if you are working with an injury, then feel free to adapt, and as always, don't move into pain. So if instinctively something doesn't feel right, just ease off it, take another variation. And if at any point after the practice you want to reach out and troubleshoot anything with me, then feel free to drop me an email. Okay, let's get going. So we're going to start today on our backs. So make your way onto your back in a constructive rest position. So lie down with your feet as wide as your mat and your knees dropping in, palms up towards the sky. Close down your eyes and take a moment to really arrive in this space. Take a deep breath in through your nostrils and a big sigh out. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. On your next in-breath, breathe into the palm that's resting on your belly. Find a big, deep, easeful breath on the in-breath. And then as you exhale, a deep, unhurried exhalation, softening your back body into the ground. Begin to prepare yourself for your practice. Turning your gaze inward and really observing each breath, the feeling quality of each breath as it moves through your body. And one of our objectives in our yoga practice is just to notice how our body is feeling in each moment. Exploring the relationship between the body and the mind matrix. On your next exhalation, release your hands down by your sides and draw your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands onto your hamstrings and gently rock up into an all-fours position on your mat. Place your palms underneath your shoulders and spread your fingertips wide. Sense into that relationship between your palms and the ground. On your in-breath, lift your chest up through your arms and flare your tailbone back. As you exhale, belly button to spine, round through your back body, draw your navel up and in and slide your shoulder blades away from the center line. On your in-breath, lift your chest, let your tailbone lift towards the sky. On your exhalation, press the floor away and around through your back body. Inhale, lift your gaze. Spread your sitting bones back towards the corners of the back of your mat. And then exhale, press down and round through your spine. Look towards the front of your mat so your spine feels a little bit neutral. And then as you inhale, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Press actively into your left hand. Slide your right hand underneath your left. Reach your right fingertips towards the left side of your mat and rest your right cheek on the ground. If you notice here that your head is off your mat, then slide your brick underneath your head. Balance on your left fingertips. Press the floor away and slide your right arm through. Drop the weight of your body forward onto your right forearm and shoulder. Plant your left palm back onto the ground and lift yourself back up into an all-fours position. On your next in-breath, lift your left arm up to the sky. As you exhale, slide your left hand underneath your right. Release your left cheek on the floor. And balance on your right fingertips this time. As you inhale, see if you can slide your left hand a little bit further through. And then really press your right hand down. So you're starting to create a little rotation through your upper body. Place your palms back on the floor. Spread your fingertips wide. Curl your toes under and lift up into downward dog. Look back at your feet and just make sure your heels are behind your second toe. Your feet are about the same distance as your wrists. From here, really press into the heel of your hands. Draw your shin bones back and lift your tailbone up. Let your chest be heavy. Breathe down into your lower ribs. Notice the sound and the feeling quality of your breath. On your in-breath, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Now you might notice that your foot kind of lands halfway. If so, hook your right hand underneath your right ankle and draw your right foot gently forward. Drop your left knee on the floor and then place both hands onto your right thigh. On your breath, press your palms into your right thigh and lift up through the crown of your head. Press into your right heel and guide your body back so you're gently tilting your pelvis a little bit forward. You should feel a sensation along the front of your left thigh and quads. On your breath, press down a little bit more into your thigh and then re-bend your right leg and lift your arms up. So we're in this strong low lunge. If you're feeling quite tight in your shoulders, then gently open your hands a little bit wider. Press your right heel down into the ground and lift your ribs and your gaze up towards the sky. Place your hands back down on the floor and step back into your downward dog. Look back at your feet. Lift your left leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, step or bring your left foot forward towards the front of your mat. Release your right knee down and release the back of your right foot. Place your hands onto your left thigh. Plant your palms into your thigh and lift up through the crown of your head. Notice that sensation on the front of your right thigh. Tilt your pelvis so you're lifting your lower abs up. And then from here, re-bend your left leg and extend your arms up to the sky. Maybe your hands are in line with your shoulders, or if it feels a little bit tight there, open your arms a little bit wider and keep lifting your heart, your gaze, your eyes up towards the sky. Place your hands back down onto the ground and make your way back into your downward dog. Tiptoe your feet to meet your hands at the top of your mat, so you're arriving in a forward fold. From here, on your in-breath, slide your hands up your shins and look towards the front. Maybe your hands land somewhere just under your knee, or maybe just above your knee. You want your head to be in line with your tailbone. Press your hands into your shins or into your thighs and lengthen the crown of your head forwards. And then exhale, slide your hands down your calf muscles. Make your way back into a forward fold. On your next in-breath, we'll do that again. So slide your hands up your shins. Find a long spine. Maybe you stay here, or maybe reach your arms back behind you so you engage more of your back muscles. Spread your fingertips wide and then hug your shoulder blades towards your spine. Lengthen your legs and extend the crown of your head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, make your way back into a forward fold. Last time, so inhale, slide your hands up your shins until your back feels long. Maybe you stay here, or maybe just like we did before, come into locust arms. So reach your arms back behind you, palms down. Hug your shoulder blades in towards your spine and keep lengthening the crown of your head forward. Exhale, bend your knees, fold back over your thighs. On your in-breath, reach your arms forward and up. Exhale, hands by your sides, mountain pose, palms forward. We're now going to move a little bit quicker. On your in-breath, reach your arms up towards the sky. On your exhale, forward fold. On your in-breath, find your halfway lift. Maybe your arms reach back behind you. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, bend your knees, reach your arms forward and up. Hands to heart center. Bend your knees, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, reach your rise, reach your arms up towards the sky. Hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Bend your knees, inhale, reach your arms up. We're going to take this into a lunge now. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, step back with your right leg. Release your right knee to the floor. Keep your toes tucked under. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, place your hands back onto the ground and step back into your plank. Inhale in your plank position. Exhale, release your knees, elbows, whole body to the floor. As you inhale, reach your arms back, lift your chest, and then lift your legs. So you're back in that locust position. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, lift your chest forward. Release your hands back by your sides and come back into downward dog. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and step your right foot in between your hands. Release your left knee on the floor. Inhale, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands forward. Step your left foot to meet your right foot. Forward fold. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, press down into the floor, reach your arms forward and up. Hands to heart center. Look down at your thumbs, inward gaze. Bend your knees, inhale, reach your arms back up to the sky. As you exhale back into your forward fold. As you inhale, find your halfway lift. And then step back with your left leg, so left knee to floor this time. As you inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, plant your palms to the floor. Step back into a plank, inhale. Exhale, knees, elbows, whole body to the floor. Inhale, locust pose, squeeze your bum, lift your chest. Try and get your legs high and away from the ground. Place your hands back by your ribs and make your way back into downward dog. Step your left foot forward. Release your right knee down. On your in-breath, lift your arms up to the sky, low lunge. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step your right foot to meet your left foot, forward fold. On your in-breath, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, rise up to stand. Place your hands to your chest. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back with your right leg. Release your right knee to the floor. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into a plank. Exhale, either knees or whole body to the ground this time. Place your hands by your rib cage. Release your toes. Squeeze your elbows in, locust pose. Cobra pose. Cobra pose, lift your chest up. And then lower yourself down. Hands to the ground, come back into your downward dog. Step your right foot forward and release your left knee down. On your in-breath, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. As you inhale, find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold back over your thighs. Inhale, press down, rise up to stand. Hands towards your chest, inward gaze. Last time with this flow, bend your knees, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold over your thighs. Inhale, find your halfway lift, look forward. Step your left leg back this time and release your knee to the floor. As you inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your plank. Either knees or whole body to the floor. Release your toes, place your hands by your ribs, elbows in, and then lift your chest up, feel your back muscles engage, elbows drawing down. Soften your chest towards the floor and come back into your downward dog. Step your left foot forward and release your right knee to the floor. On your in-breath, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands to floor. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, belly to thighs. Soften to the floor. Inhale, rise up to stand. Hands towards your chest. Samasthiti. Mountain pose. Inhale, bend your knees, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back into your plank pose. And then lift your hips high, downward facing dog. And let's all arrive here. So you have a couple of options here. Your first option might be to take child's pose, so bring your toes together and your knees wide and take a couple of moments of rest. Another option might be just to stay in downward dog and enjoy the shape. The third option might be moving through a back bend. So just going back to that linking movement we've just explored in our previous sequences. So if you're going to move through a back bend, it might be something like this. On your in-breath, ripple your body like a wave into a plank. On your exhalation, whole body down or knees, elbows, whole body to the floor. Cobra pose or upward dog or locust pose. Back to your downward facing dog. Wherever you are, take a couple more breaths. On your next in-breath, lift your right leg up to the sky. Either step or place your right foot in between your hands and release your left foot down. Cartwheel your arms up into Warrior Two. So in Warrior Two, your right toes are pointing forward and your left toes are pointing towards the left side of your space. Drop down into the soles of your feet. Reach your arms out into the sides of your space and make sure your shoulders are stacked on your hips. Gaze over your right hand and settle in. A big part of our yoga practice is noticing how our body feels in the shapes. And we want to make sure we feel balanced and there's a quality of homeostasis. So if you feel like an area of your body is overworked, then gently ease off and see if you can come back to a position that feels easeful, feels well balanced. Press down into your right foot and lengthen your right leg. Engage your right thigh, reach your right fingertips forward, and then triangle pose. So right hand on the inside of your thigh, shin, ankle. Lift your left arm up. If you have a brick or a chunky book, you can place your brick or chunky book outside your right foot. From here, balance on your fingertips and lengthen your right leg again. So this is a slightly brighter and broader shape. Extend out through the crown of your head. Bend your right leg so your thigh brushes along your right arm. Press down into your right heel, arrive back in your Warrior Two. Cartwheel your arms down so your hands frame your right foot. Step back into your downward dog. And then make your way through any of those variations we spoke about. You can stay in downward dog. You can move through a child's pose, cobra, locust, or upward dog. On your in-breath, lift your left leg up to the sky. As you exhale, step your left foot through. Left toes forward, right toes out. Make your way up into your Warrior Two. Bend your left knee so your left knee is stacked on your ankle and then your shoulders are stacked on your hips. Really embody a warrior here, strong and grounded. Look over your left fingertips. Press down into your left foot, lengthen your left leg. Lift the arches of your feet up so it feels like you're pulling the ground up towards you. Squeeze your thighs and then extend your left hand beyond your left toes. As you exhale, brush your left hand inside your shin or inside your ankle. Or maybe if it's available, place your fingertips on the floor or onto a brick. Place the brick or book, in my case, just outside your left foot. Really resist the ground, so lift up and away from the earth. Sprout from your center. Bend your left leg so your left leg brushes your left inner arm. Press down through your heels, rise up into warrior two. Place your hands back down so they frame your left foot and step back into downward dog. Option one, stay where you are, take a rest or flow through a back bend. Ripple your body into a plank, knees, cobra or upward dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. This time, turn your right toes out. Press down into your hands and see if you can lift your right toes up even higher so you're starting to engage your outer hip muscles. As you exhale, step your right foot in between your hands and release your left foot down. Warrior two, just as before. Notice this shape. Can you make it a little bigger? Maybe find your feet a little bit more. Drop down into your heels. Place your left hand onto your thigh. Flip your right palm and reverse your warrior. So your lower limbs stay exactly where they are. Keep lifting up. And then if you can, lean back towards your left foot. Side angle pose. Bring your right arm down. Either place your right forearm onto your thigh and sweep your left arm over, or right hand on the floor or on a brick just outside your right foot. Make sure you're not collapsing into your forearm or your fingertips here. Keep pressing down and lift your head through your shoulders. Extend over with your left arm. From here, place your left hand onto your hip. Look beyond your right foot. Place your fingertips onto the floor or onto a brick in front of you and slide your left foot in. Lift yourself up into your half moon. Now really lift your left leg high. So you want your toes to be over your head. Start to really engage all those incredible outer hip muscles along the left side of your leg. If you feel comfortable here, maybe start to extend your left arm high. Maybe play with your drishti, your gaze. You can look down at the floor. You can look forward. If you look up towards the sky, it's really hard. Bend your right leg and step back into warrior two. Hands down to the ground. Step back, downward dog. Flow through a back bend of choice, or a down dog or child's pose. On your next breath, lift your left leg up to the sky. Turn your left toes out so you start to really feel that connection to your outer hips. Drop your right heel down, really press down away from the floor. Sweep your left foot through so it lands in between your hands. Drop your right heel down and lift yourself up into warrior two. Gaze over your left fingertips. Drop down into your warrior. Slide your right hand down your right thigh and reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. On your breath, send your left fingertips towards your right heel. Reverse warrior. Bend your left elbow and perch your left forearm on your left thigh. Reach your right arm over your head. Option one here in your side angle pose, or left fingertips on the floor by your left foot. Remember, you can use a brick here as well underneath your left hand. Place your right hand back onto your right hip and look beyond your left foot. Step your right foot forwards and then lift yourself up into your half moon. Maybe you're here, or maybe you're extending your right arm up to the sky. Remember, you have a few options to play with in terms of your gaze. You can stay looking at the floor or lift your gaze forward or up to the sky. Bend your left leg and step back into your warrior two. Plant your hands onto the ground. Lift yourself back into your downward dog. Option to stay here or to move through a back bended choice. Step your right foot forward, so your right foot is going to land behind your right wrist. Look back at your left foot and step your left foot out an inch and turn your toes to the left side. So you're in this slightly wider train track position with your feet. Now rise up into warrior one, reach your arms forward and up. You want your gaze to be forward, your chest to be forward. Lift your fingertips high towards the sky. Place your hands onto your hips. Press down into the floor and lengthen your right leg. From here, hinge at your hips and reach forward. Now, if your hands don't quite make it to the ground, then you can stack your bricks or books underneath your hands to help bring the earth towards your body. Keep lengthening out through the right outer side of your body. Bend your right leg. Lift your arms back up into your warrior one. Send your hands back behind you and squeeze your shoulder blades in. From here, lift your left heel off the floor and turn your pelvis so it's squared to the front. From here, transition into warrior three by lifting your left leg up. Transfer your body weight forward. Hug your shoulder blades in and imagine you're placing or planting your foot against the wall behind you. Lift your left knee in towards your chest. And then place your left foot down, mountain pose. Swing your right arm back. Bend your right leg. Okay, so we're going to move into a balance called dancer's pose. We're going to do it twice. The first time we're going to bring our hand to the outside of our right ankle. So if you flip your right hand and place it just by your ankle, Bring your knees to touch and then lift your left arm high. Press your ankle into your hand and then lift your leg over your head. Press down into your left foot. Make your way back into the kind of opening part of your dancer. Now turn your hand the other way. So your right palm faces away. Place it on the inside of your right foot. Press your foot into your hand and then lift your foot up over your head. Press down into your left foot. Release your right foot on the floor. Mountain pose. On your in-breath, lift your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back into your downward dog. Look back at your feet and step your left foot behind your left wrist. Turn your right toes out so your body is in that train track position again. Lift your arms up to the sky, warrior one. Place your hands onto your hips and then turn your body. So, sorry, I missed it there. Lift your arms up to the sky. Press down into your left foot and lengthen your left leg. As you exhale, fold over your left shin. As you inhale, find a bit more length. And then exhale, soften over your left thigh. Remember, if you feel as if the ground is quite far away from your body in this posture, stack bricks or books under your hands and bring the ground towards you. So you have something to work against. You have a bit of traction there. Bend your left leg. Make your way back up into warrior one. Place your hands to your hips and square off your body. Look towards the front of your mat. Float your right foot away. Transition into your warrior one. Turn your toes down towards the floor. Press down into the ground with your left foot. Draw your right knee in, back towards your chest. And step your right foot on the floor. So we're going to do dances this time with the left foot. First time, place your left hand on the outside part, so little toe side part of your left foot. Knees together. Keep drawing your heel towards your hamstring. Lift your right arm up to the sky and then press your foot into your hand as you reach forward. Make your way back up into an upright position and then change the grasp of your hand. So turn your palm the other way. So your palm is now on the big toe side of your foot. Lift up with your right hand. Press your foot into your palm and lean forward. Your left toes trying to go a little bit beyond the crown of your head. And then slowly come back. Mountain pose. Both feet on the floor, hands down by your sides. On your in-breath, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to ground. Step back into your downward dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. And then step your right foot outside your right hand. Turn your toes out and your heel in. Release your left knee on the floor. Place your left palm under your brow and then lift your right arm up into your lizard stretch. Keep pressing down and lifting up with your right arm. Maybe you're here today. If you can take it a little bit further, bend your left leg and see if you can catch your left little toe side of foot. From here, roll your right shoulder head back. Keep pressing down and lifting up out of your pelvis. Release the bind. Make your way back into downward dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky and step your left foot outside your left hand. Heel in, toes out. Release your right knee on the floor. Release your right toes. Place your right palm under your brow and then lift your left arm up to the sky. Maybe you're here or maybe you're binding. Wrap your hand around the little toe side of your foot. Roll your left shoulder head back and look behind you. Place your hands back on the floor and come back into downward dog. Ripple your body forward. So you're in a plank. Either drop your knees down or come all the way onto your belly. Relax your feet and then reach your arms back behind you and rest your left ear on the floor. On your breath, turn your gaze back to the front. Reach your arms back and then flip your palms out. As you inhale, lift up, lift your legs up. Make your way into locust pose. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your arms back behind you. Feel your whole body lift away from the ground. And then gently lower back down towards the floor. Rest your left cheek on the ground. Look back towards the right side of your mat. Option 1, repeat locust just like that again. Or if it's accessible for you, make your way into a binded variation. Look back towards the front. Interlace your hands behind you or keep them unlaced. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lift your chest, and then lift your legs off the floor. Really squeeze your bum muscles so you're lifting your legs a little bit higher. Keep reaching your knuckles towards your heels. Release back down. This time, look to your left side, so right ear on the floor. Place your hands down by your ribs and fold your legs in. So bend your legs for bow pose. Reach your arms back behind you. Lift your legs up, reach your arms back, and then see if you can catch your ankles from here. Lift your chest, lift your legs away from the floor. Keep engaging your glutes. So squeeze your bum to lift your knees up a little bit higher. Lift your chest up through your arms. And then exhale, soften back down. Look back towards the left side so your right cheek is on the floor. Make your way onto your back. Slide your legs in so your knees are up. Your feet are as wide as your mat with your knees knocking in. And take a moment to really receive all those amazing back bends. Open your arms out into a T shape. Lift your knees up and then send your hips to the right and extend your left leg forward. Place your right foot onto your left thigh. Left hand onto the side of your right leg. Let your right knee draw over to your left and then take it away from your thigh. Flex your foot and see if you can place the big toe side of your right foot on the ground. If it doesn't quite touch the ground, that's okay. And then press your thigh into your hand into your thigh, and look over your right shoulder. Release the hand to thigh connection and lift your right leg up. Place both feet back on the floor and we'll do the other side. Slide your hips to your left and extend your right leg away. Place your left foot on your right thigh and let your left knee fall to your right side. Place your right hand on your left leg and then release your foot from your thigh. Flex your foot and try and get the big toe side of your foot to touch the ground. Keep extending your left arm away. As you exhale, soften into your mat. Press your thigh into your hand into your thigh, and rock back up. Place your feet on the ground. Realign your hips and your shoulders. And take another few moments in stillness. Lift your legs up and cross your ankles. Wrap your arms around towards the little toe side of your feet. Let your knees be wide, and as you exhale, decompress your spine, relax your head onto the floor. Release your legs and gently make your way into your corpse pose, Shavasana. Heels in, toes out. Relax your feet, relax your fingertips. Let yourself yield into the ground. Notice the quality of your breath, the easefulness of your breath. Take this very special opportunity to be still and quiet. Return back to your unique authenticity in the space. Really sense and feel into this moment after your practice. Place one hand on your chest and one hand onto your belly. Breathe into the touch of your palms. As you exhale, make your way over to your right side into a fetal position. And then gently up into a cross-legged position on your mat. Place your hands to your heart. Take a moment to acknowledge your practice, to acknowledge anything that might have emerged for you today as you moved. Thank you so much, everyone. As always, it's so nice to see you all. Have an amazing rest of your day. Any questions, if you need to troubleshoot anything, just drop me an email.